Hi there, in this video we're going to be talking about how fat does not make you fat and 5 key strategies to help you optimize fat burning to lose weight. So stay tuned. So I told you we were going to be talking about how fat doesn't make you fat. It's actually our body's inability to burn fat that makes you fat. You see, there's 2 sources of fuel that our bodies can use for energy, and one is fat and one's sugar. What we'd like to do is get our bodies preferentially using fat for its main fuel source. And so that's going to help you become a better fat burner. So you would just ask the question, probably you're thinking, well, how do I become a fat burner? That's a great question. We're going to go through 5 key strategies. These 5 areas are the areas I talk about all the time. It's nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, and toxins. And if we can manage these areas, we're going to create hormonal balance and lower inflammation, which is going to help us ultimately become a better fat burner. And so let's dive into the first one. The first one is nutrition. So if you want to become a better fat burner, one of the best things that you can do, the 2 main things, is lower the amount of sugar that you're taking in and then increase your fat intake. I know, it's crazy. You're thinking, what? Eat more fat? And I know a lot of you guys are aware of the ketogenic diet now. It's become a little bit more popularized, but a few years ago, believe me, it was not popular. People looked at me like I had a third eye. It's crazy. But we want to lower sugar and increase our fat. You have to remember, fat, it doesn't have an insulin response. Sugar does. When you spike insulin, there's 2 things that happen. One is that you store more fat. The other, because it's a fat storing hormone, you're not going to be able to burn fat when insulin is high. So when blood sugar and insulin's high, we're storing more fat and not able to burn fat for fuel. So to switch that around, we just lower the amount of sugar that we're taking in. A lot of the processed carbohydrates, the chips, the crackers, the pastas, the breads, all those things. And then just increase the amount of fats that we're intaking. The good types of fats, the ones that are in avocados, olive oil, olives, eggs, grass-fed beef, ghee and butter, things of that nature. These are really good sources of fat. So we want to do those things and include a variety of good non-starchy vegetables. They're very low glycemic. You're not going to have a big insulin spike when you're eating lots of greens. Plus, it's going to provide a lot of fiber for you and a lot of micronutrients, which is what we really want. So if you just from a basic level, lower insulin, lower blood sugar from a nutritional level. That's what we want. And then our bodies will really start to utilize fat and lower inflammation. The second key is we're going to go to exercise. All of us know that exercise is important, and exercise really just creates an adaptation in our body. I always like to think of it like if you were going to war and your enemy annihilates you, you're going to have to regroup, get some new armor, get new equipment, get some more guys, round up some new dudes to be able to fight, or else you're just toast, right? So that's kind of what happens in your body when you have a stressor like exercise, and it needs to be high intensity. It needs to be something that's going to freak your body out a little bit, because that's how it makes those adaptations. You see, the stressor comes on the body, and the body says, oh man, we need to get stronger, we need to get more efficient. So you make new muscle cells. Your mitochondria become better and more efficient. You create more mitochondria. Your blood vessels dilate. You increase the amount of blood flow to the different cells and different organs in your body. All these adaptations happen, which increase your metabolism. You're going to create more muscle, which in turn is going to help you burn more calories and lower inflammation. We know that exercise is great, and those are the things that are going to create adaptations to make our body more efficient and better fat burners. So the third one, let's talk about stress. Your body doesn't know the difference between physical, emotional, or chemical or toxic stress. Physiologically, your body responds the same way. So if you were getting chased by a bear, or you actually just perceived you were getting chased by a bear, your body physically responds the same way. So you have these high stress hormones. Stress hormones are going to trigger inflammation and insulin resistance. Those both are going to create hormonal imbalance, and high inflammation we know is the root cause of all disease, in particular as well as weight gain. But we want to improve hormonal balance, and stress is going to actually create more problems as far as that's concerned. And when hormones are out of whack, we're going to store more fat. We're not going to be able to burn it efficiently. Plus, it's going to alter gut health and digestion. When gut health and digestion are off, you get all kinds of liver problems, and that's just going to really snowball and lead into all kinds of other chronic conditions, including weight gain. So that's number 3. Let's move on to number 4, and that is sleep. Sleep and stress kind of go hand in hand. When you're not sleeping very good, you're going to have high stress hormones. When high stress hormones are high, we just talked about that, you're going to have more insulin resistance. We want to improve insulin sensitivity. So if we have 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, that's going to really help us improve that hormonal balance, improve insulin sensitivity. It's going to lower the stress hormones and inflammation. It's going to improve hormonal balance and improve digestion and gut health, which we just talked about. Sleep actually helps us do the reverse. But the less sleep that you have, the more stress that you're going to have. The more stress that you're going to have, the more sleep that you don't get, right? So it's a vicious cycle. Plus, it's going to affect all the other areas of your life too, as well as your nutrition. Let's move on to the 5th one, is toxins, toxic exposures. These toxins, like basically they're the chemical and physical stressors or toxins. What they're doing is they're causing more inflammation. Some of these toxins really mimic different hormones in the body. For example, xenoestrogens. These are basically estrogen-like compounds. They're fake estrogens. What they do is they mimic particular hormones like thyroid in the body, and so they act like thyroid, but they're not really the same hormone, and so they cause a lot of disruption. Actually cause you hypothyroidism. So if anybody who has low thyroid and struggle to lose weight, you know what I'm talking about. Give me an amen, right? So we want to improve this hormonal balance, but if we have lots of toxic exposures, everything from soap, shampoos, to things that we're putting on our skin, lotions, these different scented things, a lot of the toxic chemicals that we're taking in, plus the toxins that are in our food, the plastics, these xenoestrogens that I was talking about, they're everywhere, they're rampant. So if we could just start to lower some of them, these are habits that I've just worked on and changed slow amounts over time, just changing out a deodorant, maybe changing out the soaps that you have in your bathrooms, maybe replace them with good natural oil-based soaps. These things are going to help, and then like your shampoos, so forth, toothpaste. Just kind of slowly make some of these changes. So these are just some things that you can work on. But these 5 areas, nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, and toxins, if you build little habits over time in these 5 areas, I say this all the time, you're going to become better fat burners. And then when you do eat food and you have the right types of food, it's really going to be easy to maintain and have a lean body mass. And that's really what we all want. It's not just exercise more and eat less. It's doing these little things, these lifestyle factors that are causing this inflammation and hormonal disruption. And if you can fix those things, you're going to be a better fat burner, which is going to translate into you losing weight and have a lean body mass. So if you like this information, we would love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also put stuff out in our social media. You can find us at Final Start Fitness. We love you guys, and I hope this benefits you, and you have a great day.